We are inside the world headquarters of Callaway in Carlsbad, and it's time to dig into the toy box a little bit, which is one of my favorite things to do. And the master toy guide is Dave Neville, who knows all things about everything Callaway. It's good to see you, too. And as we have this gorgeous staff bag in front of us filled with goodies,
yes,
I know that our viewers and our listeners are wondering what it's all about, because the technology just keeps on going. So walk us through what's in this bag, and then also what's going on inside of these clubs and in the world of R&D at Callaway.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna start with Apex. You know, this is really our hero product. This is our statement iron, our BMW, our Mercedes, and it's an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous forged iron. But there's a ton of tech under the hood. So I want to kind of walk you guys through the tech, and we do have a cutaway up here on the screen. So you're starting with a forged 1025 carbon steel body. So already you're going to have incredible sound and feel. But something that's new for this version of the Apex is we put the urethane microspheres in there. And so what the urethane microspheres do is millions of tiny air bubbles that are infused into the urethane, which allows the face to flex, gives you improved sound and feel, but the face is still allowed to flex. So proprietary to Callaway, something nobody else has, and is something that's a really incredible new technology that we've added now to the forged iron. We, of course, have the face cup, which you can see on the right, but we added a new technology to the face cup. It's called Spin Control VFT. So one of the feedback that we got from the previous Apex was the face cups, they launch the ball high and they go forever. The spin tends to go down a little bit, so we wanted to add this into the 4, 5, 6, 7 to try to get a little bit of that spin back to help you hold the greens more. So already the face cup gives you incredible ball speed, but a new technology, the Spin Control VFT. And then that weight that you see there is a custom tungsten weight. So every single iron in the set has a unique custom MIM'd tungsten weight, metal injection molded, so they're made custom. That allows us to get the CG exactly where you want it. So if you look at the body of the club there's a little pocket in there. That's where that weight's going to go. You can see that that's helping us to move the CG away from the hosel and out towards the toe, and also have it low. So we're able to launch the ball up in the air with tremendous speed and incredible feel.
Can you imagine trying to engineer all of that before the age of computer-aided design? It would have been what, just eyesight and kind of going by observation?
Yeah, I mean, frankly, there's no chance to even build an iron like that before all the investments we've made in R&D and in CAD, and even we'll talk later about the flash drivers and the supercomputer that we're applying for that as well.
Well, whenever you can work in the word supercomputer, you know there's good stuff coming. And I've fallen in love with the Apex irons, and this 2019 edition of them is even more advanced than the first version.
Yeah, we got a lot of questions. Why did it take you so long to come out with a new version? Because it's been 3.5 years since we had the last Apex to the new CF19 version. And frankly, that's because the CF16 was so good. I mean, this was really the pinnacle of irons. It created a new category of irons. Golf Digest called it the player's distance iron. Before that, there really wasn't any irons in that category. So Chip Brewer, our CEO, he's just not going to let us come out with a new iron unless it is substantially better. So all these new features you're seeing, the MIM tungsten weight, the urethane microspheres, the Spin Control VFT, all of that in a beautiful forged package, all new to this new iron. And once again, you know, perfect score from Golf Digest, the only iron to receive a perfect score in the hot list, 20 out of 20 stars. So something we're really proud of.
Yeah, well, I would think so. That's a fairly good report card. And you know, when I look in the bag that we have with us here, not only do I see the newest in the technology of Apex, but there's that familiar comfort name that we see with Big Bertha. That name has meant a lot to Callaway over a couple of decades, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What's the current iteration about?
Yeah, so this Big Bertha, once again, is going to be our easiest to launch distance iron. And once again, we put a ton of new technology. This was another iron that took us 3 years to come out with the next version of it. And it has something inside of this iron that it's never seen before in golf. It's called the suspended energy core. So we have that MIM tungsten weight that we were talking about in Apex. Now it goes all the way across, and it's being held in place by the urethane microsphere. So it's not even welded to the body. So never seen before. So typically you get that tungsten weight, it's got to be welded in. By suspending it in the urethane, not only do we get incredible sound and feel, we get that CG really low and deep, deeper than we've ever been able to give you that really high launch. And it has our thinnest face cup that we've ever had. So these things, they launch high, they go forever. And the one feedback we had from the BBOS, was they sounded like a cannon. They sounded hollow because it was a hollow body iron. Now we have that entire urethane microspheres wrapping in more urethane than we have in any of the other clubs. So now you have that kind of forged feel to it. So really, really premium offering.
We see a couple of hybrids in here. As you put the 5-iron back in, we take a look at this 5 hybrid and over here in the Apex. Can you just, on a grand scale, speak to us about the game-changing difference that the hybrid category has made since they were first developed?
Yeah, the hybrid, I mean, it made some long irons obsolete, but it gave players a chance to be able to hit the ball high and easy and have that versatility, right? So in these two hybrids, this is kind of two ends of the spectrum. You're holding the Big Bertha hybrid. So this is our super game improvement, our easiest to launch hybrid, and then we have our players hybrid over here with Apex. This will be our number one played hybrid out on tour. This is what the tour players want. So let me talk about the differences between the two. Obviously, shape. Much bigger shape, higher MOI here. We have the adjustability in the Big Bertha. That's what a lot of the consumers want, but we still have jailbreaks. So we actually made this hosel shorter, more efficient. We took about 13 grams out that allowed us to put the jailbreak in there. So it's got face cap and jailbreak and adjustability all in an easy to hit hybrid. And then with Apex, this is really a long iron replacement. So this is for that better player who wants to take a 2 or 3 iron out of the bag. They want to hit that exact number, but we put jailbreak into this better player's hybrid for the very first time. So you got really good ball speeds, but more of a mid-launch, mid-spin. This is going to be higher launch with lower spin. This is really, the Apex then is mid-launch, mid-spin, really for that player who wants to hit an exact number. They want to be able to hit greens. This is really for those par fives, for the versatility, for the player who wants to get the ball up in the air. So really two ends of the spectrum on these two hybrids.
The technology is quite remarkable. It's even more remarkable when you have it in your hands and you're able to strike a shot and have a feeling that you didn't have before, that you didn't even know was possible, that maybe you had dreamed about or you'd seen on TV where you didn't even feel the ball hitting the club, and it's actually going where you kind of hoped it would go. There's nothing quite like it, and I know we have more to talk about when we get into the bigger clubs in a bit, but thanks for the introduction.
Good to be with you. It's a lineup we're really proud of for this year.